What it do, gaming family? What's going on with you guys? It is your boys. We are back at it once again. This is Victory Road, a gaming podcast presented to you by the Blerd Syndicate, and I am the Husky Hokage,
Big Husk.
as you know. And always, who I got with me, my man, Hunter Graham, my brother from another, the brother that can't be replaced by no other. It is the Dub, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Dub.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So today we have a super very special guest. Got a chance to meet this man this year at CamiCon here in Birmingham, man. But I've known him for a few years, just on the TikTok, on the clock app, as they say. Everyone's favorite Blerd. Give it up for my boy Charles Henry, man. What's going on, Charles?
Man, what's going on, bro? Man, it's an honor, bro. I appreciate this so much, man.
Hey,
I already have a question.
Okay.
Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
Yeah, absolutely. I know you, bro. Come on.
Hey, are you, in the words, are you his kinsman? And you know, he said Fresh Douglas was his kinsman. Are you a kinsman of Dr. Umar?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Not to my knowledge, and you're not the first to say that.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Anyway, before we get going any further, man, Charles, man, just go ahead and give everybody like a twice and talk that shit. So
yeah,
just tell everybody about you, kind of what you do, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Major accomplishment shit you got coming up.
I am a retro gamer, very proud, unapologetic Blerd. Very, very proud of it. You know, I represent for the black nerds. I represent for the black and nerdy. This is
nerdy. I like that.
Yes. You know what I mean? I try to boost the confidence of people just like me, man. You know, when I was growing up, this was not considered cool. This was not considered, you know what I'm saying, dope or anything like that. And I always try to instill into people, especially the younger black men and younger black women, to trust your dopeness. You know what I mean? Just continue to be who you are. And regardless of if you get judged for it, if you get criticized for it. And there's always also in you know, just in building up the confidence, there's a space for you. There's a space for all of us. You know, everybody has their crowd. Everybody has their tribe, I guess you could say. And I found mine, you know, fortunately enough, I found mine and I've been living it ever since, bro.
That's
beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Man. I love it. That's one of the reasons I think I've started following you on TikTok, man. Just, you know, your videos, you're funny, but then you also like you're positive, you're inspirational. You have a lot of stuff like I say, you uplift.
That Dr. Umar.
Where you uplift, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So as you guys know, you've been around for a few interviews. People who are watching, you already know how this goes. So let's go ahead and kick this off, man. Dub, I know you already got another question. Look, listen, I already know. You go ahead, man.
So, you know, I only get on TikTok for special occasions, and that's to view content on our guests.
Right.
I found something very disturbing on your TikTok, brother.
Oh Lord.
So Kendrick over Drake, huh?
Without a doubt.
Don't pay no attention to him. He's
without a shadow of a doubt.
He's a Drake stan.
Still look at you.
You better stop before you can't cut your camera back on.
Hey, chill out.
But here's my question. What did I ever say negative towards Drake?
I don't care.
See, there you go.
I don't care.
There you
Universal Music Group's trying to screw that biracial black man out his check, and they're using Kendrick Lamar as a vehicle to do it.
He got baited into the beef. And with his power and his, you know what I'm saying, his fame and everything he's earned over the course of 15 years, he saw Kendrick as a peon. So he addressed him as one. Think about it. When he put out push-ups, was it strictly against Kendrick, or did he say, well, I could bunch him up with Rick Ross and Future and Metro. I don't have to focus on him solely. You know, he really did underestimate his opponent. He did.
I think personally
Yes.
I liked every song that Drake dropped better than Kendrick's. The only thing about it, Not Like Us really got a big push from I feel him because Not Like Us was not my favorite rap song from Kendrick out the rap beef, but it got the most play. I don't like West Coast. I stay on the West Coast. I don't like West Coast rap like that. I like 90s West Coast rap.
I'm from the West Coast,
so
I love it.
I'm
from the West Coast.
I'm not a big
and here's
fan.
the thing. And here's the thing. If he's gonna create an allegation to where, you know, the views and the post or whatever may have been tweaked. Okay, my question is, how would you know that unless you've benefited from it also in your 15 years of being on top?
Hey, brother. Hey.
That
was, if he benefited, it was not to no harm or to anybody else's detriment. Besides maybe Meek Mill. Well,
then he's getting the receiving end of everything he did to Meek Mill.
Get up.
But listen, all jokes aside, if he had instead of the lawsuit, if he had just continued to make hits, we would have still respected him. I even have fellow TikTokers and fellow YouTubers who said the same exact thing. Before the lawsuit, we would have respected it no matter who won. Jay-Z lost to Nas and still went back to the money.
He lost to Pusha T.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
he lost
back to making hits.
Yeah,
thank you.
He lost.
See, because I think the beef between Drake and Pusha T was bigger than the Kendrick and Drake thing.
What Pusha T?
Oh, go ahead.
What Pusha T had to say was more impactful because that was our first time hearing about the whole the hidden and all that. Yeah, it's that was our first time hearing that. And then when Kendrick doubled down on it, you know, it was. I mean, it would have been more shocking if Kendrick was the first to say it, but I mean, it is what it is.
Also, just saying, nobody ever said he didn't beat on his wife, and word on the street in LA is he be putting hands on her.
He might. I mean, they're both. If both are true, then they're both wrong.
Yeah,
correct.
But it's about who can push the higher narrative, and if the narrative was pushed against Drake the way that it was, and nobody came in his defense, that lets you know his character behind closed doors when it's time to stop making music.
Oh no, and see, one thing about it, I never speak on a famous man's character, because I would not bring my girl around Drake at all.
I wouldn't either.
Lil Wayne was his mentor, and then we can get tie this back into something else. Lil Wayne was his mentor. He went to smash that man, baby mama or something.
Yep. While he was locked up.
Drake,
that was lame.
Drake's my favorite artist, but he reminds me of somebody who was lame as hell in school and just got cool.
Of course,
I forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot he did that to Wayne, bro. How?
Absolutely.
I'm like,
absolutely.
I'm playing into my head like that. He did do it,
bro. The situation with Metro, he wanted beats for Metro.
And his mama had died.
His mama had died. Was killed.
And he said something like "fuck your mama." Boyfriend. Yeah, so he said some shit along the lines of "fuck your mama." Like I said, bro, when it comes to these rich people and these famous people, I'm not defending no man because
their character is so opposite of
what they portray.
Exactly. When it's time to make music. Now, I will say this: Drake got it in terms of the hits. He's the hit maker. That's why Not Like Us had to be a hit. That's why it had to be. That's why it had to be, because the one thing Kendrick will never have over Drake is more #1 records.
Correct.
But
he's not gonna get another 15 years to be able to say I'm one away from Michael. Nigga, beat it. He's not gonna be able to. He'll be 45, 50 by then. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he had to come with a serious allegation, serious enough to really make people look at Drake differently.
But you know what?
At the Super Bowl.
Let me say this: as far as the whole Drake thing and that allegation, now granted it is an allegation, but Drake has done some really questionable shit.
Yep.
Like when it came to it, because you look at the whole. I ain't gonna point at everybody else. You look at the whole Millie Bobby Brown situation.
Yeah, remember that.
She is on a record in an interview, and she was underage at the time, saying she texting Drake about dudes she talked to. Why are you texting or allowing? I don't care if you're in the industry or not. Why are you texting with a underage white woman?
Not even that. He did the same thing with Billie Eilish. She was underage, and they were texting.
Golly, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, bro, I don't offend these rich people.
Look, I can't defend you, but that's my thing. Like, bro, look at what, like, it's like, even if it is allegations, it's just your track record don't look. It don't look good, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's too many of them have shaking hands with our president. Our president has been to Epstein Island, so it's kind of like you don't. It's too many. What's the smoke? It's fire. It's too many allegations of child trafficking in the entertainment industry and all that stuff. Well, I'm not defending nobody. Once my boy, well, not say my boy. Once Trey Songz came out and found out he was a weirdo. Trey Songz was my guy back in high school, and I found out he was, and I feel like he, you know how when some folks do that, like, he might not have did that, but with Trey Songz, like, he did that.
The whole, because I remember when Keke Palmer first came out about him, he raped her or whatever. I'm like,
sexually assaulted.
I'm sorry, alleged, whatever.
It's a because
but it was like, bro, like what? Like, and I'm sitting there like, I don't put in
a fun girl. She a fun girl. She seemed like stuff let you do little stuff here and now. So for her to come out and say like he a weirdo,
yeah.
And see, that's my thing. Like that was say, I don't put nothing past anybody, especially when you got money and you in that type of lifestyle or you in that industry like that. I don't put anything past you because my boy, you can do anything. Like I said, I'm with Doug. Like I don't defend the character of rich folks or rich people in that, like on that type, because you get up there, you may have had stuff done to you and you start doing stuff to other folks or whatever. Like it gets real. It's a slippery slope, and it's like. But before we move on, I gotta go back to one thing you said, Charles. You said Nas won the battle with Jay-Z. I
would say lyrically, yeah. He won. Ether got him. Ether
did get him, but I
and got him. In terms of business, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I mean, Nas ended up signing to Def Jam around the time Jay-Z was president.
Yeah. Did you hear Super Ugly?
Yes,
that last Jay-Z.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the song where his mother told him, "You take."
Yes.
We're talking about he threw a condom on the baby seat and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
His mom was like, "Hey, you went too far, son. Take like that." That's why I'm like, I don't.
That's fair.
That's why I'm like, it's like I think it ended in a tie because of the simple fact of how that particular part happened. But like just the fact of Ether did like Ether was like so bad that you had to go cross the line basically.
Bro.
Listen.
Anytime somebody get destroyed, they use the term ether. Like it's the song revolutionized how we look at beef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I will say, Super Ugly was it that's perfectly named.
Yeah.
Because I mean he did him bad. He did not. Yeah. He took it, he really took it where Kendrick tried to take it with Drake, but nobody told Kendrick to stop.
But they told Drake to stop.
They did tell Drake.
They told Drake to stop. That's all I'm saying.
They told him to stop.
Universal Music told Drake to stop.
I mean, he shouldn't have tried to put a lawsuit against UMG, bro.
Hey, bro,
that was a punk way out, bro. I
don't think he was studying losing the beef, man. I think they were still trying to play that man for his money. Because
it could be both.
It could be.
It could be both. They could be trying to plan for his money. I mean, it's a time where Kendrick was just like, bro, enough is enough. Hip hop at its core is urban American music. Drake is a suburban Canadian.
Hey, and I love that suburban Canadian. Watch your mouth.
I love
that suburban.
His music. I'll give you this. I've listened to Drake more than I've listened to Kendrick, because his art, I will admit, is more easily digestible over the years, and he does give you He gives you exactly what you
range.
expect. Party music.
I'm not even
And
his
serious music, if I'm being honest with you, Drake makes music for unhealed people in relationships.
There we go. Marvin's Room back in what 2009,
He makes.
2000.
Come on, I'm just saying you can do
It's sitting.
better.
I was in high school, but I was
Bruh.
on a high school. I was on a legendary run listening to Marvin's Room.
He makes music for unhealed people, and
I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charles.
And I think what the thing about Kendrick is that he's at a point where he's healed, and he wants to put out stuff for people who want to heal. You know what I mean? And it's I can't be. I'm 38, right? I can't be 48 listening to I can't at some point I gotta be like, well, this isn't helping me progress.
This is conducive to my mental state and where I need to be going.
But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
To your point, I agree with that, and I feel like that same thing is to the detriment to the Black community. We're getting a little too serious here because
Fair.
I feel like, but I have my master's degree in psychology, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why we can take this walk. I feel like that piece is detrimental to the Black community because we don't get newer artists like that where we can vibe with.
Mhm.
And as our own greats, Future, those people age, they don't change.
Future.
Bro, you saw the Future because he's one of the ones I'm talking about. Their music doesn't age with them. They're still drinking, doing drugs, fucking.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
And
okay.
I feel like for a Black man, if you're not conscious of what's going on, it keeps you perpetually stuck in that space.
Absolutely.
So now we have 40 and 50-year-olds still acting like 20-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
We're not aware that we're aging. And I think that's to our detriment. Like, I'm all about chasing your dreams, but my nigga, you should not be trying to be a rapper at 45.
Agreed.
You shouldn't be trying to be a rapper at 35.
Agreed.
Listen,
No.
at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? I
Bro.
ain't listen, I ain't want to stop nobody's dream, man, but at a certain point, if you're not having, like, if you want to, if it's something like you say, if it's a habit that you want to put out music, but you have an actual career or something you're doing,
Yeah.
by all means, you go ahead and do that, my guy. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as you got here being a productive member of society and you not out here, you know, in these streets trying to live out the so-called words you rapping about or trying to do all that, like, I'm fine with that. But if that's all you doing is you out here in the club, you still out here pushing your CD, trying to get somebody to go listen to your SoundCloud or you know what I'm saying?
And the bigger issue with that is us as Black people, more so probably in low to middle class communities, we're only pushed entertainment.
Yep.
We're not taught to, hey, you might not be gifted at rapping, but maybe you can go be an agent.
So right.
You got a mouthpiece on you.
Or
you don't got the athletic ability to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Learn how to be a coach. Learn how to be
listen.
one of those people.
Yeah.
And then when we don't make it, we crash out. We resort to we living in poverty now because we never learned any skills. We're committing crimes trying to make it, or for the most part, trying to look like we have something that we don't. It's a cycle that they're feeding into. Absolutely. Like, I don't listen to Kendrick like that, but I can appreciate some of his music doesn't do that. So yeah. All right. On the next question, because all right. I got another music question for because we don't get a lot of music questions.
Sure.
All right. How did you come up with 3 6 Mafia was a top 3 music group instead of number 1 next to UGK and Outkast?
I came up with 3 6 Mafia just based on cultural influence. 3 6 Mafia.
Those are my guys, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an hour and a half from Memphis. And just based on cultural influence, there's not too many artists in the last 15 years that haven't sampled off of either anything produced by Juicy J, DJ Paul, you know, anything like even the Indian dude who took the cadence of Project Pat, you know, half-notch hoes get top-notch hoes get the most.
Not the list.
Now they took the lyrics from Pimp C, but the cadence is Project Pat.
That's Pat.
The cadence is the way.
Listen.
Hey, fun fact, I'm a big UGK fan. Sweet James Jones, my God, guy all day long, live the pimp. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, but I thought that was an interesting take you had. And like I said, we don't get a lot of black music questions on here, so I was like,
Oh, bro. Hip-hop retro games raised me, basically.
Hey. but your post had me thinking. I was like, damn, who would be my top 3 music groups? And I wasn't the biggest Outkast fan, but you can't not put them in the top 3 because of their accolades and accomplishments.
Yeah. I would say it's hard now. It's hard.
They're incredible.
To do anything when you talk about top 3, especially if you grew up in the South. Yeah. Outkast had like some of the like you just talked about Kendrick, and Outkast had the beats and the music where you had some party songs. However, you got not only did you have Andre 3000 coming through with some thoughtful lyrics, but Big Boy also is sneaking and like he'll be riding and all of a sudden he'll throw something at you to make you think like oh what damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they both did it they had their own type of vibe, but they both had lyrical content.
Case in point, hey y'all, did y'all know that not actually a happy song? That's actually like a breakup song.
That's a very depressing song about the having the power to leave a situation, leave a relationship, in spite of the fact that people are going to judge you for leaving, because people expect you. They expect you to just, stay with that person. Like I think the lyrics, one part says, nothing is forever. Then what makes love the exception? And that's a very interesting thing.
We're not happy here.
When we know we're not happy. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance. Like Outkast was the alternative black group that still had ties with the streets and still connect and resonate with the street. That's what that's one of the reasons why I gravitated towards Kendrick when he first came out, because I see him as slightly like an alternative from Compton, bro. Like doing the things he does, the way he does it. Me being from the West Coast, I'm like, I could have sworn he was a product of Outkast. I could have sworn he was a product of Big Boy and Andre. The first person who he allowed to hear his Good Kid, Mad City album was Andre 3000. He needed 3 Stacks approval.
And see, and to your point, by Andre 3000, I said a lot of our rappers don't age. Andre 3000 did that. He dropped that Flute album, and boy, I think that's my most listened to, if not my most listened to album last year. It was one of my most listened to albums. I'm kind of like the Zen guy. I be in this bitch burning incense and at them lo-fi and all that type shit. So yeah. I rocked with Andre 3 Stacks, and I didn't really realize it until I got older.
Oh man,
yeah, I didn't realize it until I got older. Listen, I had appreciation for them.
When we had the speaker box and the Love Below. When I tell you, I was in college when they dropped that, and I would listen to the speaker box. But when I tell you, the Love Below was on repeat for me, like in college. Like I'm like, this man up here spit. Like I love, like you said, not even just hair, but Prototype and there's another one. It's a couple other ones on
Roses?
there. Yes,
Roses
really smell like
bro. That's the song that made my dad an Andre 3000 fan.
Man,
that's the song that made my dad. My dad is in his 70s. That's the song that made my dad an Andre 3000 fan.
My dad will be 70 this year. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Man, listen, they would say it's hard to do a group, especially once again, you growing up in the South. You have a few groups to choose from, man. Like once again, and we don't normally talk, we don't be on music like that on here, but this conversation started. However, you got Outkast, like you said, UGK, what's Scarface group,
Ghetto Boys,
yes, y'all,
3 6 Mafia, even if you want to throw in Wu-Tang, but like in the I'm talking about just in South in the general.
Oh,
like
okay,
you 8 Ball and MJG.
Yeah,
8 Ball and freaking MJG, bro. You can't like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's Southern artists, like Southern, like just growing up in the South. Don't get me wrong. Everybody know about Wu-Tang. Everybody know about people like that. Even you throw in Mobb Deep and all them guys up there. However, but it's like if you raised in the South, if you coming from like I said, this Southern region, you know these artists like those, like I said, the ones I just named, bro. Like I love 8 Ball MJG, man. I was listening to Riding Hard the other day. Was it Riding Hard? The one they did the album they put out when it was on Bad Boy. I love that CD. That CD.
Interesting. That's interesting.
You still support Bad Boy.
No, I'm just no. Listen, you know what I mean. What no?
That's interesting. You just say that because when I was so I was born and raised in California, San Diego.
Yeah,
2 hours from me.
Okay, born and raised in San Diego, and even over in the West Coast, like we was rocking with the South hard more than it was either West Coast music or down South music. Mostly we listened to a little bit of what I'm saying, New York, but in the 90s, nah, it you know, because when that whole Tupac and Biggie thing, we was really just in the West Coast and the South, bro. Like 3 6 Mafia, but I remember us bumping 3 6. I remember my back when E40 was underground. Like it's I remember all of that, bro. Like and Too Short ones still had like mixtapes and yeah, man.
It's crazy.
And I remember like I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
But like before the internet, right? When Juvenile Back That Ass Up blew up. And I remember we were on vacation in Mississippi and it was already big in the South. And by the time I went back to California, I think the next month he had a video for it. Because I remember the first time I heard it, I thought the Manny Fresh beat, it sounds like it's just a mix. I wasn't used to the New Orleans style. Yeah. So it just sounded like it was mixed with something else. I didn't know that was the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what really blew me away. And it was the same thing with Yin Yang Twins. It was the same thing with Yin Yang Twins. We were on vacation. We heard my one of my homeboys from down here named Fabian put in a cassette. Whistle while you twerk. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, this is pretty dope. I go back to Mississippi. I'll go back to San Diego. You know, I live in a blood gang area. I go to a party, somebody playing them. Like maybe a month or two later.
Listen,
it took a minute for the talent to travel before the internet, dude.
Yeah. And see that, and we interviewed. I think it was last year. We interviewed Lady Infamous. She's a female gamer, and we interviewed her. Like she was naming people like Mr. Biggs, other folks like she was. I'm like, what you know about that? You know what I'm saying? Like the fact, so it's getting, you know what I'm saying? And she's from California. She's out on the West Coast. Like you, so that lets me, it's out there. People out there enjoy that type of music, man. So yeah.
I mean, y'all got that laid back sound that kind of matches our energy too. You know what I mean? That's why I really fool with it. You know.
Yeah. But so I mean, we've been on the music scene for a minute here. So, but Charles, I know you're known to be a big retro gamer. When we met at Cayman Con, like he was, we walked past like the Lego, the Lego stand with all the man. Man. Listen, so I have to ask. So, with you being a retro gamer, what was like what got you in the game? What was like your first console, first game? What was that?
The NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and Super Mario Brothers 3 was the game that made me a gamer, like officially a gamer. Like I played 1, I played 2, I liked them, but I loved Mario 3.
Bro, I never knew what the fuck NES stood for until now.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Bro, you gotta think when it came out, what year that shit came out? Like the early 90s, maybe. I
80s.
was a
NES was the 80s.
Yeah,
I
late
wasn't even
80s.
born. I wasn't even born. So like I caught on to that shit like later. So this is always the NES. I never thought like, what does that stand for? Or until you just said it, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's fucking wild. You learn something new every day.
Listen.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, but Mario 3 made me love it. Because again, in the 90s, before the internet, there was a movie called The Wizard.
Yeah,
and
I remember
that. I didn't care for the movie, but that was the first time anybody had ever seen Mario 3. They literally played Mario 3 in a tournament in the movie. And that's when everybody learned to fly up above the screen and get the whistle to skip the worlds. That's how we learned.
Yeah.
That's how we learned. I didn't get it from Nintendo Power. No, we watched The Wizard. We watched The Wizard, and from that point on, it was just word of mouth. My cousin lived right down the street. I told him. His homeboy lived up the hill from him. He told him.
Yeah. That's how it was back in the day. You know, you had that. Oh man, you can do this.
Yep.
Somebody told me you can do it. You know what I'm saying? When you didn't have the internet, you didn't like to. And hell, I was poor. I couldn't get no Nintendo Power monthly or whatever to see.
Right.
Like it was, you know what I'm saying? So you had word of mouth. Somebody may buy issue of the Nintendo Power from like the store or something, and they get it, and it just so happened to have that code or that secret in it.
Yep.
And you know what? I got this game. I'm gonna do this. So like, it's come a long way. But yeah, that's dope right there.
Yeah.
So what kind of has you like? Why retro games? That's what I want to. Why retro games?
They remind me of a simpler time. They just remind me of a simpler time. Retro games are very therapeutic. There are times I think yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was playing Sonic and Knuckles. Like I was literally, I bought an emulator for the purpose of being able to go back and play the original games because I got tired of waiting so long for Sonic Origins to come out, and by the time that finally came out on Switch, they switched up the music for Carnival Night because they couldn't get Michael Jackson production team
couldn't get the license
to get they couldn't get the original music, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So I went ahead, got an emulator just because I'm gonna just go put this out. I don't care who we can debate all day on who has better games between Mario and Sonic. But when it comes to music, Sonic washes them, bro. Completely.
Sonic soundtracks. So Sonic, the music on Sonic,
it makes you feel good.
Like it has some bops, man. Don't get me wrong. You know, Mario may have like the classic, but that Sonic has some good classic, and he has.
I'm just thinking about Sonic Adventures. I'm thinking about Sonic Adventures. I'm just like, damn,
bro.
Like
they Spring Yard Zone is an interpolation of Every Little Step I Take with Bobby Brown.
I gotta go look. I gotta listen.
Go.
You talking about?
Go listen to it. Every little step I take, man. It's an interpolation.
You talking about looking at the song? I gotta go look up the word.
They changed enough of it to where you're thinking, he didn't get that from Bobby Brown, but absolutely. This is the early 90s we're talking about. The first Sonic is 1991. So early to mid 90s, Bobby Brown was huge. Even the physicality of Powerline from a Goofy movie was based on Bobby Brown. Look at the flat. Look at the high top.
We were just talking about that Powerline yesterday.
I can believe that now. You know what I'm saying?
But they actually sampled Prince. What's it called? Glam Slam for Chemical Plant Zone.
Wow. Man, Charles, you're teaching me something today, boy.
Dead serious. Bro,
we in church today.
The music is unmatched because of how far they went to make it good. They literally said, who's the coolest in black culture? We're gonna take that and we're gonna outdo Mario with it.
Listen, wow.
Michael Jackson's production team did the music for Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's production team did the music for Sonic 3. Sonic 2, Chemical Plant Zone, had a slight sample from Prince Glam Slam, I think the name of the song is. I don't know if it's Glam Slam or Slam Glam, but it is a Prince song. Spring Yard Zone is an interpolation of Every Little Step I Take from Bobby Brown. They even sampled there's a song, I can't even think of it, but it's from Sonic Adventure 2 from Game Boy Advance, where they actually sampled the voice of Malcolm X. When in the background where it says "Too Black, Too Strong," I'm gonna have to find that for you guys. But I swear to you, they took Malcolm X and put him in a Sonic song.
Wow. Listen, Charles up his spread giving out vital information because I didn't know none of this
history.
Come on, I gotta know this. Sonic is my favorite video game character. I have to know this. We already claimed Knuckles as a black coded character. The dreadlock, the Rastafarian colors.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba being the voice of him. The rap intro on Sonic Adventure. Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. Yes.
Whew.
Listen.
Come on.
Listen, I love it because I didn't know that. You know, I can definitely see that from Knuckles, bro. But yes,
they use Knuck if you buck for the trailer music for the Knuckles TV show.
They did. They definitely
did.
They could use Crime Mob. I never thought I'd live to see that.
Ooh, no, if you book.
Come on, bro.
Bro.
Listen, that's what's up, man. I didn't know any of that, but once again,
that's the realest thing I've ever seen. I've ever seen Sega or Paramount or whoever. Somebody black said we need to use this for Knuckles. Somebody black in that office was like, we ain't finna use city escape from the city. We're not finna use that when we introduce him. We finna use something else. Get Crime Mob.
Get Crime Mob on the phone.
Get Crime Mob on the phone.
Get Crime Mob on the phone.
They're like, you want to get Jaleel White? Don't push it.
You trying to make some of these white coons? You trying to get some? Matter of fact, I think Diamond and Princess don't fuck with each other no more. Now I think about it.
That sucks, man.
I think I saw someone else message. All right.
Refocus.
Current most outrageous, unpopular nerd/blerd opinion.
Okay.
So, what is yours? That's because I saw one of your TikToks. You was like, unpopular opinion, and that's when you was saying like, hey, Kendrick beat Drake, but Drake has the better catalog, yada yada yada. So you're a man of deep thinking.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure you already know what your most unpopular, outrageous unpopular opinion is right now when it comes to nerd blerd, either shows, culture, or anything.
Wow. What is an unpopular opinion? I guess I would have to say, to be a gamer, you just have to like playing games. It doesn't matter what kind of game you play. I think a lot of people get into this debate of, oh, you only play
Fortnite
games, or you only play Fortnite, or you only, you only play cards and you don't really play, actual video games, or you only,
play sports games or things of that
nature. And
I don't consider playing sports games.
I think a gamer is just somebody who likes to play games, bro. And I think, when it comes to, people that play sports games, they kind of try to duck the whole idea of calling themselves a gamer.
Yeah, I call them coon titles.
Like, they kind of
NCAA.
It's like they're ashamed. It's like they're ashamed. Like if I call myself a gamer, then that means by way I'm a nerd, and they still have that synopsis that nerds aren't cool. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I had to talk to a coworker about that because he was like, I don't think he loves himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to go to BlerdCon, you just admitted, you openly admitted you're into blurry stuff. But don't call me that. And I'm like, why? Why not? You know, why not? And I think we're kind of held back by the world's perception of us, especially as young black men. We're held back by what the rest of the black community feels about us, and we don't want to come off as lame. We don't want to come off as corny. But I'm like
being lame. Lame is safe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I even told him, I said, normal is boring, bro. It's okay to stand out.
There you go.
Hey.
Previous
perceptions last a long time.
There you go.
But I ain't gonna lie. The only one I can understand him not wanting to be considered a nerd because a lot of us in that, I'm gonna say, nerd community versus Blerd.
Thank you.
They don't watch their ass.
I know. Oh my god.
They don't watch their ass. And that
we didn't talk about BlerdCon yet, but I do kind of want to touch on.
Listen.
Okay.
So yeah, I was gonna ask about that, man. But go ahead, Dale. You want to finish?
Yeah, because I was a big Pokemon guy, right?
Yeah.
I was doing Pokemon Go Fest because they had it out here in LA. Went out there, Charles. It's fucking 9-10 o'clock in the morning. It's a breeze outside. It's not hot. It's not cold. Why the fuck am I walking in the body odor bubbles outside? You know how bad you got to stink to leave a bubble outside with the wind blowing, my nigga? What, bro? And then I saw a Facebook post talking about this is why we don't wear deodorant to the cons. It's expensive, bitch.
Man, listen.
Wait.
Listen.
I saw a post that said that, bitch, if you can't afford deodorant, your stanky ass don't want to be. And I found another video. I don't know if it was satire or there's some shit they really say. They say they do it because they like boosting their pheromones or some shit. Man, if you don't fuck them, bro, I can't stand those stinky.
Listen to me. When we was at Comic-Con, before we met up, Charles, I'm walking around. And that's because I sent a text message to him in the group. I'm like, somebody like smell like straight piss.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, bro, how are you in here? Why don't you like wash your ass, wash your clothes? Because everything needs to be washed before you come in his place.
Because the outfit they cosplayed in is the same outfit they cosplayed in on Friday.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Boy.
See, when I came out there, I got a weekend pass, and I said, I know they ain't finna wear the same thing all weekend, but sure enough. But when I went to BlerdCon, oh God, I've never been to a better smelling convention. When I went, predominantly black. I'm just being real.
No, let's go.
This isn't me being racist. This isn't me being none of that.
No. Ain't none of that.
When I went to a predominantly black convention, that was the best smelling convention. And the women, Jesus Christ. My God. It's because they switch their costumes up daily and they wash their behinds daily.
There you go.
Daily.
Bro, I used to do security for Comic-Con when I was in college. Bro, they literally had to tell the people working, make sure you wash your ass and put on deodorant. We are the people putting it. This is before it was at the BJCEC. They used to have it at the University of Alabama.
Yeah.
They used to have to tell us, hey, yo, wash your ass, put on deodorant. They have to put out memos to the congoers. Please wash your ass, put on deodorant. Why the fuck do we have to tell grown people this?
Listen to me. For the life of me, I still just can't. It don't sit. It would
you
never
don't
sit right.
Spell yourself.
It would never sit right with me.
They do,
man.
And they don't care. They do, and they don't care. You dress like a superhero. I don't want you to save me right now.
Man, let me die.
Don't save my life. Just don't.
Or either, or if you go, well, if you want to wear your cosplay one day, that's fine, my guy. Wear that on the most popular day instead of wearing it every like Friday, then wear it again.
Yeah.
Wear it Saturday.
They'll do it.
And come Friday in regular clothes, wear cosplay Saturday. And if you don't have another cosplay to wear, well, regular clothes Sunday or something. Or at least wash it or something, bro.
Bro, I even a stretch, if you wear the same cosplay each time, you gotta make sure your hygiene on point, bro.
That's it. That's what it boils down to. Cause that costume ain't gonna be funky unless you already funky. Ain't gonna say
exactly.
It's gonna be funkier.
It's gonna hit you before it hits the costume.
Y'all got me over here stressing. I ain't even at no damn convention right now. I ain't got myself worked down.
I took my ex-wife to the Mississippi Comic-Con about 2-3 years back.
Yeah.
She had on a COVID mask, but it wasn't to protect her from COVID. Let me tell you something.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, was she being safe? And then the smell hits me, and I'm like,
give me that shit.
That ain't why you got that on,
bro. The hater in me, I would have took the mask. You finna suffer with me,
man. Listen, boy. No, man. It really just bothers. It would never sit right with me that you at a con around thousands of people and you just unwashed ass and don't have no deodorant.
And like, I don't looking after that too, bro. Bro, they probably be fucked, bro. And the reason I say that is because at Alabama, they had this dorm called Mallet Hall. You had to test to get in there, but it was all the fucking weird kids, all of them. And I remember these are the same kids that go to Comic-Con and don't bathe. That group of people. I did something cool with my hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. But bruh, I remember one of the guys, because I worked at an apartment complex while I was there. One of the guys told me like they used to do this weird shit like on the weekends where they used to go in the forest and just have major fucking orgies and shit. I'm not orgying with nobody that smells like, bro. Can you imagine all them scents just fucking mixing?
That's why they're outside.
And then cause think about it, Comic-Con, they probably doing this shit, doing these dastardly deeds.
Yes.
And then not washing shit off their body. So now you got stanky Duke on you,
man.
And going, bro.
Listen,
oh man.
I don't even want to think about it. So let's move on, Rick. So you mentioned Blerd Con, man. Let's talk about. Let's get in a good space. Let's talk about Blerd Con. Like just your overall. I know this is your first time going. I want to go to Blerd Con, man. I really. It was so many people there that I know that know. You know, like from Mark to my other guy, Corey from Marry Me Media. Like it was a bunch of folks I know that went. They were like, man, you got to come. So.
Bro,
I want to try to go next year, man. But how was it? Just tell us about your experience, man.
That's the best convention I've ever been to in my life, and I've never felt so comfortable. I've never been more recognized at any other convention. All of our mutuals were there.
Yeah.
A good, I won't say all, but a good bit of
number. Yeah.
A good number, bro. Mark, I did my interview with Mark. That was my second interview with him. But it was my first time seeing him in person.
Yeah.
You know, Webster Styles, men's fragrance.
Yeah.
Baltimore, Maryland. That's my first time meeting him in person. And of course, we did an interview, and he had to ask me what my fragrance is, what my scent is, and I'm like, I didn't really want to say nothing, but I said because it's you, bro. Because I feel like everybody's scent should be their own. But I think the most mind blowing thing, it's not mind blowing, but it was a moment where I said, yeah, this is for black folks. I went upstairs just to the vending hall, and there was a barbershop. There was a black, they
let's go.
Bro, I said to myself, so if I didn't get a fresh cut before I got here, it wouldn't have mattered. They keep a barbershop area in the vending hall at Blerd Con.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Over 20 vending trucks. You had so many options of what to eat. The women, the beautiful black women. My God,
Man, listen.
my God. What can I say?
What Dr. Umar said.
What can I say?
Black queens never, snow bunnies forever.
Nah, that ain't what he said. He said you had to switch that around.
Yeah, he did. He loved doing it.
Man, it's when you first walk in, there's 2 lower levels. It goes low and then it gets lower. The lowest level is the gaming room. And the gaming room has a DJ, and the DJs just go around the clock. It's when the party starts on Friday at 12 p.m. It does not end till Sunday 12 p.m.
Wow.
It just goes on, and it just goes on, bro. Like a lot of our mutuals just lost track of time at the party. They lost track of time. Like they don't get back to the hotel room until about 3 a.m. You hit me up at 10 talking about what time is it. I'm like,
wow.
I say, yeah, you had a time.
Yeah,
you had a time. The gaming room was incredible. I spent most of my time just retro gaming, to be perfectly honest with you. And then I heard a bunch of commotion behind me, and I looked to my right, and there's Janelle Monáe walking to the panel. Right behind me, walking to the panel.
Was there.
Bro, I gotta send you the picture. She was kind of cosplaying as it looked like Dexter from Dexter's Lab.
I saw some of the pictures people posted, or like the video she did, and man, I can only imagine, bro. Listen.
Dog. That woman is more beautiful in person. She went to the tabletop gaming room to endorse, because she has a new album out with a comic book, and then she went to the tabletop gaming room to endorse her new card game called K-Bomb. Or K-Bomb. I think it's K-Bomb. But it's she was there. Got to meet a lot of our mutuals, dog. I was interrupted twice while eating. Are you Charles Henry? You know, it's
listen. I told you everyone's favorite Blerd, man. Listen,
I didn't know.
Listen. So listen, when I tell you, you know what I'm saying, like just from following you on TikTok, stuff like that, like
yes, sir.
People like it, like once again, just whole being uplifting, inspiration, all that. Bro, you one of everyone's favorite Blerd, bro. I'm telling you right now, Charles. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you flowers, man, because this is stuff you do, the positivity you spread, even like I said, your videos, the funny videos, stuff like that. Like it's really good, man. It's really good to have someone, and like you say, you uplift everybody, man, and that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah.
I just try to, share the type of energy that's actually within me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Especially times like this, we need that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, BlerdCon was dope.
Man,
it was dope. If you are a black person, especially if you've been in the nerdy stuff your whole life and you've ever felt like you don't fit in, you will fit in at BlerdCon. You will fit in.
There's a Blerd somewhere there for you at BlerdCon,
bro. Yes. Listen. It was an honor. It was an honor to be around. I mean, these are all our followers, bro. I ran into Mutant Glue. I ran into freaking.
Oh man, yeah. I met her.
Last year.
Really?
Was she her little short self? Her little 4'9", whatever. Her little short self. She was cosplaying as Mirko from My Hero Academia, but she had Beyonce's Cowboy Carter hat on. And I was like, yes, man. Yes. Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
I can't wait to go, man. I hope I want to try to go next year, man. But I know
if you land, bro, it's the location is perfect. The location is perfect. Arlington, Virginia is only 8 minutes outside of DC. When you landed I landed at the DC airport. I caught a free shuttle ride bus to the hotel. My hotel was right across the street from the convention.
Oh man, listen.
Free ride, just a free man. It's one carry-on bag. One carry-on
bag. That's all you need, because you go there for the weekend.
Had all my fits.
I just got this Hunter hybrid book bag, duffel bag, and I'm gonna have my carry-on. So hey, I'm gonna be ready.
It was, bro. When the party starts, it does not stop till Sunday, 12 p.m. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. That game room area is lit. That lower area is lit 24/7.
Probably smell like cocoa butter down there,
bro. It's cocoa, bro. Shea and cocoa butter, and a little bit of marijuana on outside the front door. Outside the front door. Outside the front door is a little bit of marijuana.
Hey,
that's it.
Just a little hint.
Just a
little bit, because you got to remember it's legal in Virginia. So they.
Wow, man. But that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I really want to go.
I said, ain't no way they playing spades in the tabletop room.
Boy, they would hate me,
bro.
I would be a fucking villain in that,
bro.
Boy, what?
You got a barbershop upstairs, and then you got spades.
Call me Shop talking that bitch.
Tabletop.
Call me Shop, bitch. Give me,
man.
Boy,
I'm telling you love it. I'm telling you love it. I'm telling you.
Biggest antagonist,
bro.
Hey, call me all for one. I'm in that bitch.
The cosplay meetups was insane, bro. Yeah. They had a WWE meetup where this one white dude decided to dress like Hulk Hogan and he got booed.
I wonder was that on purpose.
He probably was. He would do it. I'm pretty sure he did it for the reaction, but
said, "F you, Hogan."
Listen, that's what's up, man.
I loved every bit of it.
I can't wait, man. I want to go.
I had to buy my ticket the week after, as soon as they put them out. My boy, the Hilton George, the creator of Blerd Con, this man cosplayed as Luigi. He had the Luigi hat from Mario Brothers, but he was really dressed as Luigi Mangione. He was really dressed up as a sniper. I swear.
Wow.
A lot of people want to get that.
I swear.
A lot of people want to get that.
I gotta see when. I gotta know when the tickets go on sale for next year, man. Cause
they're on sale right now. Blerdcon.org.
That boy marketing genius.
Listen.
They on sale right now because next year's theme is Geek Nick.
Yeah, I saw
that.
The 3 hotels across the street are already sold out. So I had to reserve a apartment complex. I had to get a rental property. It's about a 7-minute walk away from the convention.
Wow. Already sold. It's already sold out.
I don't know if the tickets are already sold out, but
I'm talking about the hotels.
The three closest hotel rooms across the street are booked.
Wow. I listen. They let you know that it's gonna be a big, because I saw the announcement of the theme, and some people were up in arms about it. Some people feel a way about it. Some people don't. Some people like whatever, man. But I still want to go, man. Like it just looks like it's gonna be such a good time.
What I'll say about the theme, because I know a lot of people are basically saying, it takes away the family friendly vibe, which is true. But I'll say that next year is just gonna have to be for adults.
Man.
Next year.
I feel like kids shouldn't be interacting with adults like that anyway.
Fair.
That's
a fairly good point. That's a fairly good point. It's
certain, like I said, and don't get me wrong, I get you want, what I'm saying, you want to have some for your kids, stuff like that. But at the same time, you got to look at some of the stuff. You got to also make a judgment, because
some of them cosplays ain't kid friendly.
Some of those cosplays aren't kid friendly. Some of those,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and some of the stuff going on, like even at CamiCon, there was some other, like, I know I went to it was the panel I went to where we talked with I can't think of the name of it. It was the black panel we had talked about, but I ended up going to that one, and like it was a lady in there. She worked with I can't think of the name. She works with the anime company in Japan, and she was talking about how like she was just talking about how they need more younger people to get involved in like drawing anime and stuff like that. And she was like, don't, just cause you think it's anime is being anime, comes from Japan, it's a lot of black people and women and people from like Eastern European countries in those rooms drawing those characters and stuff like that. It's not Asian men. All the old Asian or Japanese men, all the ones in there, they old. They they old. All the younger people that's in there are either black or European. Like it's not what you think anymore.
I think we were at the same panel. We just didn't know it. I've heard this.
Oh, okay, it's
I think we were at the same panel. I just didn't see you in there.
Yeah, she was saying she was talking about all of that, and because she worked for the company that made Afro Samurai, and but she was just talking about all of that, how we need more younger people that see, like, if you can draw stuff like that to get into it, man. But listen, I can't wait. Like BlerdCon looks, it's
I ran into so many mutuals, bro. Like JoJo, who's I think in a relationship with Mutant Glue, because he dressed up like Gambit, and I took a picture with him. I ran into Reds. I ran into her just while I was eating. I ran into our homeboy Glitch, bro. I ran into Glitch. When he really ran into me because he was cosplaying as Stink Meaner, and he walked right past me. I thought it was blind for real. You see me? Yeah. Like, he walked right past me when I'm waiting on my food outside. I had to tap him on the shoulder. He turned around. Yeah, guy. And I was like, and then it took him a second to see who I was. He was like, oh, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, bro. But I want
to try to go next year.
Running into the mutuals is always the most fun part nowadays of me going to any of these cons. When I met you, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I ran into that same day. Ran into Danny Medusa. Ran into her. Didn't even know it was her because she was in full cosplay. We took a picture. She didn't say nothing until I got home. I know, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. If you see me out, man, say something. Because sometimes
didn't say until we got home.
I be just in my own world, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So if you see me, most likely I'm gonna have on like a t-shirt with my emblem or my logo t-shirt or something like that. You see me, say something.
I went to the tabletop gaming room and ran into Caramel Nerdsicle while she was on live. That's why we didn't get a picture together, because we were just on live for like about 3 minutes together.
Because I know she goes to those. She goes. I think she went last year to BlerdCon, and I was hoping, because we're mutuals as well. I was hoping to running to her one day. Yeah, man.
Man. She real dope human being. She saw me before I even saw her. When I walked through the door, as soon as I found her, she was already like this.
I can see it.
Yeah. So I went in and said, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? Ate a lot of food.
Listen.
Ate a lot of food. I got to get my carbs back down now that I'm off of vacation. But when I was on vacation, boy, that pizza and oh man, they were selling ramen. They was, oh God, whatever you could think of, really. There was 21 different food trucks.
I would hit all them bitches.
Bruh, it was food, bro. They out there doing cha-cha slide in costumes, and it was dope, bro. I had my Steph Curry Usopp jersey on. Got a lot of compliments on that.
Yeah. I saw what you said you were wearing. Yeah.
Shoot, they both shooters. I had to get that jersey.
Hey.
Facts.
The costume according to Saint Usopp,
bro.
They bleached his skin a little bit, but it's all right.
They did. I don't like that, but I feel on them.
Yeah, they bleached his skin a little bit, but it's all right. We know his origin story.
Yeah, we do.
He got a little bit far away from the equator. That's what that was. He got a little too far from the equator.
That's it.
DNA kicked in. He need all his melanin to survive like he did when he was close to the equator. Yeah.
Losing his melanin. Trying to find a piece. Losing that melanin.
Yeah. He been out there in the mountains and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
That's why his aim getting bad.
Hey.
You see what happened with when they made them stormtroopers? They started bringing out them stop using real people and start using them clone troopers, or they stop using them, and they start using the melanated or the slightly melanated clone troopers and started using regular stormtroopers, and See what happened. Niggas can't. They ain't shoot. Been not been able to
hit
shoot.
the blind side of a barrel.
Man, what? Just be shoot.
Man,
Bullet just go. You just flying by.
Since we went to anime. Are you familiar with the gospel corner Attack on Titan?
I'm actually not. Attack on Titan is this. You gonna hate me for this? Please don't. Attack on Titan is a show that I recognize as great. However, I never really got that deep into it. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't. I'll give it. Listen, I'll give it another chance. I'll give it another chance.
He took the glasses off.
I will give it another chance.
So that's his.
I liked you. I liked you a lot.
I recognize it as great.
Recognize
anime.
The same as being able to appreciate the greatness. I can recognize Bill Russell is great, but I did not see his greatness, so I can't understand his greatness.
Fair enough. I need to watch it.
Listen, Charles. He has a running joke that if the only good thing about if he gets dementia in his old age is he'll be able to rewatch Attack on Titan for the first time.
Again.
Listen, that's how much he loves Attack on Titan, man. So
had my mom watching it and everything. We finished it together. We saw the end of Aaron's journey and everything. We saw how that thing wrapped up, bro. Because at first, it didn't have me like that until about season 2 or 3. That's when I was like, oh, damn. This ain't just no meathead ass show where it's like, oh, smash everything. And we're going to go beat up the bad guy.
So I gave up too quick then.
Yeah.
I gave up too quick.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deeper than rap, man.
That's fair.
Deeper than rap.
Listen,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Listen, man, that's what's up, man. I got a question, Charles.
Sure.
When we go see Charles in the red shirt again?
That's a good question. So when I first did the Charles in the red shirt skits, it was I was using that character to make a point that I wanted to defend the Black Panther franchise.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it just became like a thing where every now and then you'll see Charles in the red shirt. It's literally just off the top of my dome. The only clean shirt I had that day was a red shirt. So I just switched from my regular outfit to a red shirt, and then that's how I came up with the character. I never even gave him a name. I even tried to during the Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. I tried to come up with a third variant, Charles with the bonnet, and that didn't fare too well. So, that didn't fare too well. When I put on a green robe and a black bonnet, people was like, who is this?
They said send him back to Universe 616. Send him back.
But
he's not part of the sacred time.
He ain't part of it.
He's part of the sacred timeline.
But I mean, you might see him again. I usually use that character to create to argue an opposing view that the rest of the world will agree with him, but then I try to combat that.
Yeah, and that's why I love when I in those videos when you do have them, like it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, but it's good. But you do like you have your alternating viewpoint. You give that, and then you come in with something. I think when the last one I saw, he was doing. I think he was saying something. He said he popped up, with Charles. Say, man, I'm supposed to be quiet. Aren't you on time out, Charles in the red shirt? Something he said. I was weak.
One of our mutuals had asked me where'd I get my anime jersey from.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yep.
Girl from Memphis. She wanted to know where I got my anime jersey from. I said I don't want to tell you because I kind of want to have a swag of my own. And then you hear Charles in the red shirt going. He got it from the TikTok shop. I said, bro, why? I said, Charles with the red shirt. Why are you snitching? Like he's like, well, you ain't taking me to Blerd, huh?
Listen, that's what's up, man. So I gotta ask. We talked about a little bit of game, a little bit of anime. So I got a question for both. Two-part question.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure I know what the first answer is gonna be. What's your what's your favorite all-time favorite game, and what's your favorite all-time anime?
Ooh, okay. So when it comes to video gaming, it'll be a mix between Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay.
And behind that, it'll be a mix between Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2. I think when they introduced Shadow, that was peak Sonic. In my personal opinion, most characters that came after that, they were from it was no longer great to me. It went from good to like come on, like you know what I'm saying. It went from good.
So you don't like Silver like that?
Yeah, it just as far as anime, bro. Yu Yu Hakusho, and One Piece are two of my favorite animes. Yu Yu Hakusho, just the whole aspect of I you know, me being on my spiritual journey and the whole aspect of the spirit gun, the demon sin, and I love all of that. I love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Urameshi is just he wants smoke with anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a bold character, and I can absolutely identify with his boldness. I don't necessarily identify with the ignorance to his ambition. But I identify with his boldness. I respect that. You know what I mean? Because you gotta choose your battles. You gotta pick your battles. Is you know, every fight ain't worth fighting.
Correct. And that's just to point on that. Like I'm with you. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorites as well. I didn't watch it till, and fun fact, I didn't watch Yu Yu Hakusho until like 2016, 2017. That was my first time sitting down and watching it, and I was like, because I had so many people like, man, you should watch Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, stuff. I'm like, I don't want to sit and watch it, and sat down and watched that first arc with he had to end up fighting Genkai or Genkei, and watched that first arc and watching everything. I was like, okay, I'm locked in. You know, introducing from Hiei to Kurama, Kuwabara. Listen, that's one of my favorite squads right there. You know what I'm saying? Like watching them.
The same thing.
That's one of my favorite squads.
One of my favorite squads. It's one of the most dripped out squads in all of anime.
I agree. And the fact that
they put who's your most dripped out squad in anime? Because since you said that, I'm having a hard time thinking.
No, bro, I don't know.
I don't think nobody.
The most? I don't know.
The most.
It's probably them. I can't think of nobody else.
Because they put that shit on with them zoot suits.
Yeah, they did. If it was a group of homies that I want to, you know what I'm saying, if I want to cosplay and it's four of us, yeah, we're gonna be Yu Yu Hakusho.
Man, listen. Don't want to, like I said, it's hard. I can't think. I'm with you. I can't think of anybody else as well because
I'm looking at my wall right now.
Has that type of drip, like, bro, and so many people, like, so many times you see all four of them, like, you know what I'm saying, and they clean, just
clean and ready for war.
Correct.
Clean and
ready. They finna fight. They finna drown you in the drip and beat your ass too.
There you go. Listen, you scared you were meshing, my boy, and like in the crew.
Yeah, man.
So bro, I can't think of nobody. I'm looking at my Funkos and I'm looking at my Funkos, man. And now that I'm thinking about it, Jujutsu Kaisen kind of bit their style a little bit with them uniforms.
You know what? I was gonna say, I was gonna bring up Jujutsu Kaisen when it came to swag, because they're fresh, bro. They're fresh, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I saw my boy Toto here, and I kind of started. I was like, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
I can see that. I can definitely see it, especially like you said, they did bite them uniforms a little bit with their uniforms, whatever. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Last question for me. For this round of questions, the most dripped out character you can think of.
Period. Just
of
all mediums of nerd stuff. Wow.
It could be comics, anime, cartoons. Who's your guy? Like, hey, that motherfucker put that shit on. Male or female?
One of the baddest chicks is Rouge the Bat from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. One of the baddest chicks is Rouge the Bat. Shoot, Mirko bad. I love it. I love seeing a black woman cosplay as Mirko. I love that. Man. I got a Gojo Kobe Bryant jersey, and so I basically came to Birmingham the first day as one of the Gojos, but it was Gojo and Kobe. It was a Gojo and Kobe mix that I bought off the TikTok shop. Yeah,
and it's crazy to say that because that's who I was kind of having in mind when I was thinking about it.
Yeah, Gojo's fresh, bro. He could fight too. Gojo's fresh. Even Urameshi's casual clothes, when he got the green bomber jacket on with the sunglasses, I'll rock that.
That's
the jacket, the sunglasses, the blue jeans, the white. White. Bro, let me put some white ones on, bro.
That's a nice sort of cosplay right there.
Yeah,
like, that's a nice sort of cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that. Man. I would do that. Hell, the most swagged out person in Sonic is Knuckles.
Agreed. I don't know. Shadow might give him a little run.
You know what I get? It's between Shadow and Knuckles, and Shadow might have a little bit more on Knuckles, but I'm gonna pick Knuckles because he came first.
Yes,
I'm gonna pick Knuckles because his music is on point. Like, go bump Pumpkin Hill, go bump. You know what I'm saying? Unknown for Me. You know, his first intro. Go listen to the Sonic 3 when he first came out with the boom 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 boom. Come on, like it's this that whole Michael Jackson sample. Just when we first see him and he used his fist to bust through a wall, and I'm like, whoa, who is this? Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that he was the whole idea of him being manipulated by Eggman when they first introduced him, because it's like, okay, you got a black coded character, but his weakness is his mind manipulation. He's just falling for the white man's lies. I get it. that's basically how they introduced him. You know what I'm saying? As being manipulated.
Come on, Dr. Umar.
Listen, listen.
Real.
I know what I'm saying. Like,
that's all the way real. And I'm like,
that made me think of that meme. It's a meme that I saw that it's funny how you had Will Smith play Hancock, who's one of the strongest characters in the world, but his weakness was a white woman.
Yep. Weakness is a white woman. Tell you, man, it's they see that power in that, and then they gotta figure out a way to manipulate. Like, Dr. Eggman, he manipulated Knuckles twice. I'm like, how is he and Sonic getting into it again on Sonic Adventure? Like, what makes you want to believe this man? He even switched his name up on you. He's not Robotnik anymore. He's Eggman. He even switched his name up on you. Why do you believe him?
But no.
Come on, bro. Like come on, bro. I help you save Angel Island. I can hear Sonic now. I help you save Angel Island. You got a floating island. We saved the Echidna tribe. We saved the Master Emerald. You got the Master Emerald. You got the Master Emerald. You let this white man, you know what I'm saying, manipulate you. I'll help you out if you help me out. Let's bargain. Like, bargain for what, bro?
And I'm a bargain, bro. You supposed to be done with this man.
Bargain, bro. You take the animals out of our village. They're freedom fighters. You take the animals out of our village and turn them into robots. So the most clever thing about Sonic is that he's not killing the enemies. He's freeing his animal brothers and sisters. Because as soon as you jump on one of them sun guns, you see a bird or something fly out.
Yeah.
He's freeing.
I never paid that no attention.
Yeah. He's freeing his animal brothers and sisters. He's freeing them. Because you look up the word robot, it means slave. It means slave. So Robotnik is literally enslaving nature. When you start every Sonic game, it always starts in the forest, and then the last episode is always in some sort of a factory, some sort of a manufacturing establishment. They use the levels to tell the story. So you're slowly watching him take over, but you're steady trying to stop him.
Man, listen.
That was brilliant. That was they used the levels to tell the story in order to keep from doing cutscenes.
Yeah.
For 1991, that was very smart.
Yeah, that was. That is.
Man.
I was Charles out here preaching on this good Sunday morning, man.
Look at it.
I
gotta share what I know the way I see it, bro.
Yeah,
bro. That's why
what I'm saying?
I told him that Dr. Umar. I see it.
The Dr. Umar of gaming.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dr. Umar of gaming.
The Prince of Retro Gaming.
Listen, man, but I didn't have anything else for you. Any other questions? Dub, did you got anything else for Charles?
I got one more statement.
You got one more? What you got?
I gotta turn in my black card too, because I saw you never seen Love Jones.
I just saw that.
I still haven't seen it. Love Jones.
With the Love Jones?
Harlem Nights.
Time out.
Go ahead.
Y'all ain't seen Harlem Nights?
I recently saw it. I had to, dog, because that's what went viral. I didn't know that was gonna go viral. When everybody, the whole black community, everybody in the comments talking, they told me, oh, the Naruto hat gave it away. The Naruto hat gave it away. That wasn't your wave, dog. That wasn't your wave. The Naruto hat gave it. You was in the anime. You wasn't watching black movies. I was watching black movies. I just named the few that I didn't.
Listen.
Yeah, that I didn't grow up off of.
I was all of that. However, I saw Harlem Nights. Listen, Harlem Nights. Even when I was growing up, like Harlem Nights was one of the funniest, most hilarious movies to me. It had its parts, but Harlem Nights is hilarious, man. If you get a chance, Dub, you got to sit down and watch Harlem Nights, bro. Like we'll do a watch along. We'll sit there. I'll watch it with you, my boy. Like, listen.
I ain't never seen. God damn it, boy. Hold on.
What?
Cause he's trying to use my Apple ID. My Apple. Cause my phone don't do not disturb it on my MacBook.
Yeah, it pops up, but
and he trying to sign into my Apple TV and be like, hey, you need a code, blah blah blah. Nah, don't lie. Because I gave it to you once and you fucked it up. No,
yeah,
you gonna have to wait.
But if you get a chance, that's why Harlem Nights coming to America. Them 80 in the middle of the 80s, like Eddie Murphy classics.
I saw Coming to America. I saw Coming to America a lot. Yeah, I went to a predominantly black school. We watched it in class.
Oh man,
I didn't see Coming to America until Coming to America 2 was coming out.
Yeah, and they really shouldn't have made Coming to America 2. Like it was all right, but it wasn't like that. Y'all waited too late to make this. Anything
made in the 90s or early 2000s, if it's a 15 or 20 year gap on, leave it alone.
Yeah,
the only movie one of the movies I saw that I was okay with watching the sequel. It was all right. It wasn't was the Beetlejuice movie. The second it was actually okay. Like what I'm saying, they modernized it. It was actually pretty okay.
He said pretty okay. So basically,
it was
a
good.
Bunch of mediocrity.
It was. I put it for me. It was better than I thought it was going to be. That's certain franchises that I'm glad they brought, but they could have did it a different way. Like I'm a huge Ghostbuster fan, so when they even with the ones they did with the ladies with them, I thought it was funny. I thought it was I thought it was funny. However, the ones they're doing now that are actually using like the cast as Ghostbusters, where they bring it back, Winston and all them are actually in there. Like they were in the one with the women, but they were actually previous Ghostbusters. Like it's a continuation of the actual Ghostbuster franchise. I like those movies.
See, those movies are fine because it's a franchise. But with a lot of black films, they a lot of times they're like one off or two off films.
Yeah,
like there shouldn't be another Players Club. Is there a Player Club too? I've never seen.
No, there shouldn't be. If
it was probably one of those straight to video, low budget, one of those type of thing. Like I get what you're saying. Like there shouldn't be
another Friday. Shouldn't be another Friday.
I don't know now.
They're making one.
John Witherspoon's dead. Debo's dead.
I know, but they're making one.
I
know. I agree with you.
And then the thing about it is, you got to think these moves were funny for their time. They're not necessarily going to be funny now.
It's correct. But however,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead.
What I'll say is, for Ghostbusters Afterlife, they what made that work was it was a homage to the Ghostbuster who passed away in real life.
Yeah.
If Last Friday does that with John Witherspoon, something like that, if they bring back the heart and don't just make it a movie about gag after gag after gag.
Yeah.
If they bring, because the first Friday had heart. The scene where the father caught him with the gun and you know, you know, there was those serious moments that keep you grounded, and like that's why the first Friday is my favorite, because it feels more realistic.
Yeah.
Whereas next Friday and Friday after next is slapstick. It's really slapstick. It's like it's like comparing Coming to America to Coming to America 2. It's slapstick.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an extreme comparison, but it is slapstick.
I get what you mean.
And if they bring it back, there needs to be some level of heart to it and realism to it, because we lost legends from a franchise that kicked off so many careers.
Yeah.
It kicked off so many careers, dog.
Listen, because if they decide to bring it back and they write it where like maybe they doing it's centered around, you know, John Witherspoon, like his character actually dies in there, it's centered around a funeral or something like that. Maybe him and Debo passed away at the same time, so it's like two funerals going on. You know, it's fine.
Debo got into it and
that's a good idea. A funeral on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. I think that they could, it's ways to write it to where you could pay homage, have those moments, and have things in there, man. Like, so once again, if they do it, it has to be done correctly. That's all. I'm with you on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But we ain't gonna take up too much more of your time, Charles. Before we get out of here, we're gonna give you another opportunity to just talk your shit. Just tell everybody once again where they can find you. Just tell everybody kind of what you do with everything like that. So the floor is yours, my guy. You go ahead and tell everybody.
All right, sure. You can catch me on Who Is Charles on TikTok. Who is Charles Henry? Who_is_Charles_Henry, or Instagram Charles Henry _is dope. That's it.
All right, look, once again, man, Charles, we appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming through, man. Had some fun, had some good conversation, man. Listen, if y'all do not follow this man, go follow him. I'm telling you, it's a good time. Great content creator, man. Great person. Just a genuinely great person. Fantastic person. Like I said, everyone's favorite Blerd, man. Y'all go follow Charles Henry on everything. And just be on the lookout, man. But yeah, we once again appreciate your time, Charles.
Man, it's an honor to be here with you guys, man.
Right, man, I'm glad. Thank you once again. But what you got, Doug?
I just let them know I sent them a follow.
I just saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
There you go. So listen, we appreciate everybody that stopped by this episode to check us out, man. Once again, make sure y'all go follow Charles Henry. But as always, y'all be great. We out.
I don't know.